morning, friends. Justin Kramer, President, Pyle Financial Services, and I've got our founder and Chief Investment Officer, Scott Pyle, here. And we wanted to just take a minute and address sort of what's been going on. We're a few hours into what seems to be the most significant drop in the market since 2008-9. And so let's just pause, take a deep breath, and Scott, what I'd like you to do is just sort of explain to us what's going on and what we can expect in this kind of environment.
Yeah, so we had over the weekend Russia and Saudi Arabia get into a fight over oil. And so Saudi Arabia basically said, we're going to run you out of the business. So they said, we're going to flood the market. So oil came crashing down, energy prices falling, and on the heels of still some, what is coronavirus, how's it going to affect us, more over the weekend of cases in the U.S., some opening fear at the beginning of the market. But we saw that as opportunity. And so we went in and bought right at the open. And as a matter of fact, some of the stuff is up already nicely this morning.
So let me just pause there. Were you surprised, were we as a team surprised that we've seen in the first 90 trading days of the year, double-digit downward moves in the market?
Not surprised about the volatility. As you remember, and I'm sure our clients remember, we were preparing after such a great year last year, double-digit returns, that we would see double-digit volatility this year.
That's right.
Mainly thinking about the election and how crazy both parties would get about the election. 6 weeks ago, we started to talk about the coronavirus. Our team went through, sold some pretty significant positions to build cash and even prepare for something we weren't sure about.
That's right.
And it showed up. Here it is.
So we're not surprised by it. We have been preparing for it since last year. And quite frankly, it might not be over.
No, it might not be. You know, we look at stages of opportunity.
That's right.
So we saw some opportunity last week. We stepped in, we're buying. This morning, we bought as much as we could at the open. It's popped up a little bit. And we'll wait. We're still, matter of fact, the team's buying right now, positions. We want to cherry pick. We want to take advantage of investments that last November we wished we owned more of. And now we're buying them with good earnings, good dividends, and strong business models, even if people have to work from home for an extended period of time.
Okay, so let's pause and now shift just for a moment to the most obvious concern, which is the coronavirus. You're married to a doctor, right? And we've got clients and friends and family in medical fields that are helping us walk through this, as well as the medical professionals. So just speak for a moment to the coronavirus and its sort of impact both in the near term and long term.
Yeah, so Pamela and I, we've been traveling the world over the last 6 weeks and have been in countries that have now declared it actually a pandemic. Israel called it a pandemic this weekend. And so we expected this virus to probably cover the world. What we don't know is really the numbers, because right now only the sick are going to hospitals and showing up. We know there are people that have had the virus and got over it and never showed a sign of being sick. So it's going to take more time to understand, is it like the flu? Is it just a little worse than the flu? We know it's not SARS or MERS. We've been through pandemics before.
That's right.
We've been through this. And so we expect on the other side of this to have market opportunities. We still expect growth on the other side of this. And interestingly, you mentioned Pamela. She said it would be, with all the awareness, that maybe flu deaths fall so much that it makes up for, and it's sad to say, but every year people die around the world of significant numbers from the common flu.
That's right. Yeah, it's in the tens of thousands.
And everybody's so much germ aware, we might see a drop in that absorbs this virus breakout of the corona.
And while we don't know where the floor is per se, we do know that there has been significant volatility and concern over the coronavirus. A little more could occur in the coming weeks, but as we navigate through this, more information becomes available, and the sensationalization of the coronavirus sort of slows down. 6, 8, 12 weeks from now, we'll probably be turning our attention fully to something like the election and probably be expecting more volatility around that, right? If it's not something, it's something.
It's something, that's right.
That's right. So if you're a client of ours, know that in the conversation we've had at the end of last year, the beginning of this year, we've been ready for this kind of volatility. And if you're sitting on cash that we might not be aware of, we need to be having a conversation about getting that cash in, because this is what it looks like to buy right. Call us with any questions, and we look forward to seeing you on the other side. Talk to you soon.